Gravwell presents players with the threat of being dragged into a black hole, becoming trapped in a nearby dimension for all time. Using the unique gravity of this world and various fuel types, players must use one another to slingshot their way to the warp gate first, saving themselves from sharing an unpleasant fate with their opponents. Gravwell costs $35 retail and can be found online for roughly $25 as of writing. In the box you'll find surprisingly little: 30 cards, 6 ship figures, a token, the board, and a rulebook. The ships are of high quality but somewhat fragile, with my copy initially coming with a broken figure which Renegade Games quickly replaced. The cards are fine, although not terribly high quality, presenting the information succinctly. The art is okay, presenting the futuristic vibe, but feels a little too minimalistic to provide any character or charm to the world. The board is fairly large and communicates the information well enough, albeit in a slightly abstract manner. I was stunned to find so little in the box, especially for a $35 game. The insert is absurdly enormous, by far the worst I've found in any game to date, and yet the game board was designed to be form-fit to the box, making it near impossible to transfer this game to a smaller container. Still, this box should have been much thinner, considering how little can be found here. In Gravwell, players will take turns in 2 phases, the drafting phase and the movement phase. In the drafting phase, players will draft 6 fuel cards to use during the round, choosing piles of 2 cards to draw. While the top card is visible, the bottom card will be unknown to players until they are drawn. Players draft according to the position order, from furthest to closest to the endgame goal. Once everyone has their 6 cards, players will simultaneously choose 1 card from their hand to play, all of which are revealed simultaneously. Cards activate in alphabetical order, with each card representing an element being used as fuel. Yellow elements, the most common, moves your ship that number of spaces towards the closest ship to yours. Purple elements push your ship away from the closest ship that many spaces. And blue elements pull all other ships toward your ship that many spaces. This requires players to take their position in careful consideration when planning. Okay, so I pull everyone to me 2 spaces. If, when their card is activated, a player does not want to move that turn, they can activate their emergency stop card, preventing them from moving for that turn. The emergency stop card refreshes each round, regardless of whether it was used the previous round or not. Additionally, some derelict ships can be found and used to maneuver through space, moving and acting like any other ship present. The last thing to note is that, when moving, if a ship is equidistant from 2 other ships, it will move in the direction in which most ships are present. Players do this until they run out of cards in their hand. Then, the round tracker is moved up and all cards are collected for the next round, being shuffled and placed into piles like before. If no one makes it to the warp gate by the end of the final round, whoever is closest to the warp gate wins. Otherwise, whoever reaches the gate first immediately wins, even if players are in the middle of a round. Most games will last between 20 minutes and a half hour, assuming everyone knows how to play. Gravwell is a fairly interesting and unique game in a lot of ways, but not all in the best. Let's get the good stuff out of the way first. The little ship figures are very nice and high quality. They feel good to move around on the board. And the gameplay itself is pretty smart. It plays to the simple yet strategic sort of mindset, which I definitely appreciate in a lot of games. You've got the smart aspect of how you're moving your ship around the board with the gravity and slingshotting off of other ships. I think that's a pretty nice addition. That being said, Gravwell is not a game that I can earnestly recommend by any standard. First things first, the insert is atrocious. It's one of the worst I've ever seen, and the size of the box, it's unacceptable in my opinion. Just the size of the box and the price tag for how little you get in that box is just irritating beyond all explanation. Honestly, the game just isn't engaging. There's not enough here to really grab you. The puzzle and the idea is smart, and it's intriguing to consider, but when actually playing it out, it feels monotonous. It feels boring and detached. A lot of players who I've played this with felt like there was something missing from this game when they were playing it.
I mean, it's a clever drafting, fun little gravity game. Like, it's not anything super stellar, but I don't know. It's one of those games that I do enjoy playing. Like, I would never turn down if somebody said, "Hey, do you want to play Gravwell?" I would never say no. I would be like, "Yeah, I got 20 minutes." Okay.
Bye for another 2 years, Gravwell. You're okay.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel about it.
I've tried this game with solo, which no. Solo mode is no. Don't even bother. It's stupid. It's not worth anyone's time. But with 2, 3, 4 players, it's just a whatever game. It's not really all that interesting or exciting or engaging to take part in. The last thing I really have to say about this game is there's too few of the specialty fuel cards in this game, and perhaps that's one of the bigger issues. And I'm not talking about the typologies. Having 3 types is fine, but there are so few of the purple and blue fuels that you're constantly just playing yellow fuel, yellow fuel, yellow fuel. You'll have an entire hand for one round of just that type, and it makes the turns feel fairly uninteresting and, again, monotonous. There's nothing here to really keep you engaged. I can't really recommend this game. I'm not going to. I went into this game expecting a lot. It was during a time when I was really excited for Renegade Games and everything that they're making, but slowly but surely I'm becoming more disappointed in what they're producing. I definitely do love some of their games. Fuse, for instance, is a fantastic game, but this just doesn't do anything for me. From a pricing perspective, this game is pretty rough. And like I said, without those little spaceship minis, which I'm sure, a large part of the cost of the game comes from that alone. Without that in the box, it'd be a pretty rough sell at all. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of Gravwell. I didn't enjoy it. I can't recommend it to anyone. That's it. That's all I have to say about this. So that was Gravwell. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed what you saw here, please like and subscribe. Check us out on gamesontape.com, over at the Sorry Man I Farted YouTube channel. And until next week, I'll see y'all next time.